Hey everybody, welcome back to this Extreme Warfare Revenge series. My name is Andy, your uncommentator for episode number 28 of the series, where I am booking a year's worth of shows for PWG. Now you can see there we are on the 13th of October. At time of recording though, it is the 25th of October, so I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be. So in this episode we're going to be doing just the usual, so it's going to be two more shows, the next episode of Warfare and the next episode of Outrage. We've got 3 shows to do before the pay-per-view, Smokey and the Bandido, coming up at the end of this month. So let's stop talking and just get on with it. However, one thing I'm going to do before I do that is remind myself, to be honest with you, because it's been that long since I recorded, remind myself where we got up to, and of course yourselves as well, if you can't remember where we're at with the creative plan. So the last episode, the last episode of Outrage video episode, you know what I'm talking about. So this is where we left things at the end of the last video. It was the second or third, I think, second ever episode of Outrage. So the angle between Chris Sabin and Real One is hotting up. We're building up towards Kongo Kong being challenged by Keith Lee once again. He's got some heavies now that I've renamed the Iron Fists, which is Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. So they're helping him out. The tag team tournament's carrying on. So we're into the semi-finals now, I think, is going to be coming up. We've got a best of 7 going on between Timothy Thatcher and Drew Gulak. And Mickie James has returned to attack Mia Yim and cost her a match against Nicole Matthews. And Nicole Matthews now has a job as a result of that. So that's a quick rundown. Chavo Guerrero manages Flamita now after he turned on his tag partner Bandido. And yeah, that's about it really. That's where we're at with all the sort of main storylines that have been developing. So as I said, yeah, we're going to be doing 2 more episodes of our weekly programming in this video. So another episode of Warfare and another episode of Outrage. Ooh, 29 emails. What a great start that is. So let's see. We've got some... Okay, let's flick through these. So we don't care about any of that. Don't care about that. So Norm Connors has taken over CMLL. So CMLL, their owner left. I don't remember him being fired though, so I don't know what actually happened there. Normally you get an email if an owner gets fired. Like way back a few months ago, we got an email about Tony Khan was fired by AEW, I believe. And I don't know who's took over now. Let's have a look. Is it Victor Hovica? However you say his name. No, it's Carlos Colon. Victor's APW. I knew I'd seen it before. Anyway, let's see what these emails are. So MCW isn't a cult. So we're feuding with House of Hardcore and Ring of Honor. But we'll come back to that in a second. Right, so who's gone to CMLL? Rowan. Oh, again, he'll be a great luchador. Luke Gallows, another great luchador. John Moxley, yep. Kalisto makes sense. Matt Taven. I know more than just luchadors wrestling CMLL. I'm aware of that before anybody, if anybody tells me. Chris Adonis. You just don't expect Rowan. I just can't see that one. Anyway. Right, so some people have left. Quite a few have left. I'm not reading these. So Norm Connors, who has left? So Mephisto, wasn't he in South Park? Okumura, Ray Kometa, Michael Elgin, Dragon Rojo, my Spanish is atrocious, I do apologize. Sammy Callahan, Stuka Jr., Electrico, haven't read. Drone, I'm not going to attempt that one. Titan, Matt Riddle, Blue Panther Jr., Black Panther, Ordaz, Hal, that one. Right, Chris. Okay, so they've gone through quite a few changes for that one. I might have a look at some of these. I'll come back to those. I'll do what I normally do and delete and sort emails out between recordings. I don't think it's particularly interesting watching me record. Okay, more talent movement. Rocky Romero's gone to WoW. Frightmare has gone to WoW. Delta AIW. Frightmare's popular all of a sudden. Fidian, Masquerita Sagrada, Dragon Kid, Albert Hardy Jr., Michael has gone to WWN, Rezar's gone to WWN, and lots of people have watched Raw. That's interesting. Frightmare, who's Frightmare? All of a sudden popular. I feel like that's a female. No, it's a male with a mask on. So, yeah, totally wrong. Okay. Fair enough. Of course, next show will be on Thursday. Bonnie Lorcan, Tomko, because why not? That one. Yeah, I don't need to worry too much about these at the minute. Oh, actually, one thing I do want to check. Let's have a look at the rivalry thing. I meant to check that. The rivalry brand promotion thing. Right, Ring of Honor. We've got more star power. They have better workers, and we're more professional. We have more star power. They have better workers, and we're more professional. So exactly the same for both of them. I think as long as we're 2 out of the 3, I think we'll be okay. So, I mean, obviously, I want to have better workers as well. But you can see there, we're the 4th best promotion, so we are doing okay. 11% public image. What is Ring of Honors? It is 17%, so we are quite close to them. I don't know what we need to do to change the better workers thing. I mean, the obvious answer to that question is hire better workers. But I said this in the previous video. I don't know how it's worked out. If it's just like an average of your roster, I have no idea. Because obviously we've got people like the Barbarian and the Warlord on the roster, which will be affecting that, I would imagine. As that's maybe something I need to look into. Anyway, so show day, 17th of October. So we're only 8 days behind where I am in real life. I think I mentioned I'm recording this on the 25th. So if I say anything that's dated or whatever, then that's why. Although I think this could be the first time ever, yes, ever, that I'm recording a YouTube video and I'm going to upload it on the same day, on the same week, sorry, because I normally upload, well, I've been a bit lax with my uploading, but I try and upload on Saturdays. So, and yeah, I've uploaded all my EWR videos. So this could be on YouTube tomorrow at time of recording. How exciting is that? A first for this channel and a first for this series, which kind of was the first for the channel. It'll be the first. Anyway, move on. Okay, we're going to move on to the following. So it's going to be a challenge for the next pay-per-view. And I believe this guy has been off TV for a few weeks. Yes, he has. I just believe he has. So it's going to be Eli Drake making an epic return. And he's going to challenge Brian Cage. So these two met last month in the Battle of Los Angeles semi-finals. That was last month, but it feels like a long time ago that now. Yeah, and Brian Cage won. But Eli Drake was injured, or he was selling an ankle injury. But now he's had some time off, he's back, he's 100%, and basically he comes out and demands he wants Brian Cage when he's fully healed. And we're going to also carry on with another angle. No matches yet. It's going to be a video package. And it's going to be hyped for an upcoming match. So it's going to be... I mean, it's not actually booked yet. This kind of books it. Well, actually, this match is going to be happening tonight. So it's Mia Yim versus Mickie James. So former friends, now bitter enemies. Of course, Mickie was women's champion. Mia Yim cost her the title. Mickie James returned in the last episode of Outrage, and now they're going to face each other tonight. The big grudge match is tonight, so that's hype for that one. And then we're going to actually have a match rather than just hype for one. It's going to be a match that's been building for a little while. It's going to be Barbie Hayden taking on Tenille Dashwood. So, of course, these two feuding over the fact that Barbie got more hype video packages before her debut than Tenille did. Why not? Why not, indeed? And I've just realised I booked a finish for this. That's not very good. Right, okay. Well, we're going to book on the fly now. We're going to call it in the ring, like Vince Russo told. Was it Goldberg and Tank Abbott or something? Anyway. Yeah, go out there, you decide who wins. I'm the only booker. We'll have Tenille win, because why not? And she can cheat. That keeps the feud going, in my mind. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't realise I've got my notes next to me with like what I'm going to book, and I haven't booked a winner for that, so. Not very good. Anyway, failed to prepare and all that. I've booked a winner for this next match though, and we're going to move straight into it. So it's one match to another. It's a tag team match. I'm not quite sure why I'm booking this. Well, I do know, but we'll move on. So it's the Barbarian and the Warlord. So the aforementioned great workers that are meaning that we don't have as good workers on the roster. And they're going to take on two people that won't be harming that. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. So they're going to take on the Revival. Despite the fact, I'm not sure I'm booking this match because the Revival are in the tag team tournament. And it feels a bit unfair booking them in a tag match when no one else is. But there is a reason for it. So of course the Revival are going to win. So Dash can beat the Barbarians, doesn't really matter. He can shatter machine their dreams. Yeah, something like that. Yep, so Revival win, but then the Mighty, the tag team champions, Shane and Mickie. Too many people with names begin with M. There we go. So the Mighty will attack the Revival. They've not failed. They will attack the Revival. And of course, that's planting seeds for the tag team tournament. Because of course, the Mighty don't want to defend the titles against the Revival, so they don't want the Revival to win the tournament. So that's that one. I'll follow up from the previous week. So it's an other angle. Lester goes into another's locker room, and it's going to be Keith Lee, and he's going to visit Orange Cassidy. So of course in the last show, I think it was the last show, there was a segment where Kongo Kong told Keith Lee he's going to have to take on the Totem Towers, and he said that all his friends are busy at the minute. You know, Bandido's fighting with his partner. So people that were in the troop, basically. So Bandido's fighting with his partner. Drew Gulak's in that best of 7 series. So you're not going to be able to find a partner. Well, obviously, he is finding a partner because it's going to be Orange Cassidy. A bit of a spoiler there. Okay, now we're going to move on to an interview. And who better to do an interview on this roster than Michael Francis Foley? And he's going to talk about Scott Hall. And he's going to flag him off, basically. So to keep that little feud going. I'm not quite sure why we're doing that one. But hey, you know, he wanted to do it, so. Sometimes, like Batista, it's nice to give people what they want. And now the big grudge match. So it's Mickie James versus Mia Yim. So Mickie, who returned to cost Mia Yim a match with Nicole Matthews. And she's going to win this match, but she's going to win it via count out. So what would happen here is the match wouldn't go very long, and then Mia would just roll out the ring and walk off, basically, and intentionally get counted out. Or we could do it that way, or we could have just like a brawl. They brawl on the outside, and I don't know. Mickie gets back in and Mia doesn't, and then it's like Mickie doesn't really celebrate. We'll kill brawl to the back, why not? The bitter enemies. So of course that's not really the blow off. I mean, that's just to kind of build up towards it. And then we've got another match. How many matches have we got here? We've got more than 4 matches. Yeah, 6 matches in total on this show. That is incredible. It is for me anyway. Yeah, so another match, and it's of the best of 7 series match continuing. So Drew Gulak versus Timothy Thatcher. So it is currently 2-1 to Gulak, and the last match ended when Thatcher intentionally got disqualified, so he injured Gulak. Again, doing that crutch that they do in Iron Man matches when somebody intentionally loses a fall to get DQ, but then gives them the advantage because the other guy's hurt. So that's the point here. So because of that, Thatcher of course wins, and he wins cleanly because Gulak's hurt. And then he can carry on beating him up after, again to further the story. And of course that's just building up. So it's now 2-2 after their 4 matches. And as I said, best of 7. There'll be at least 2 more matches in that series. Speaking of matches, I've got 2 more matches to book here, and the next one. It's going to be newly single star Bandido and and he's going to take on Josh Barnett. Bit of a clash of styles potentially here, but could be a good match, and Josh Barnett is going to win because Flamita runs in. So Josh Barnett's character is kind of just like, he doesn't really care. Like, you know, if you say, oh, Josh, you're fighting this guy tonight, like, okay, so he avoids all the drama, so he'll take the win, and then he's not really bothered. So Josh Barnett beats Bandido, again building that up. I feel like the heels are winning a lot here. Well, maybe not, it's supposed to be a Revival one. Yeah, maybe not. And then we're going to go back to the angles. I feel like I should be talking about something that happened in real life while I'm booking. I don't know, there's nothing really... What's happened recently in wrestling? I don't know. Yeah, not really sure. Anyway, I think the last time I recorded it was before Bad Blood. But, because I was going to talk about the main event, thinking that Drew and CM Punk should be in the main event. And then I was going to say, I bet they won't be because it'll be Roman. And I was right. I can understand why though, because obviously when The Rock came out at the end, you don't really want that to happen at the beginning. But yeah, that Drew McIntyre match was great. It was really, really good. Anyway, that's nothing to do with that. I don't want to keep saying either. Right, so Real One challenges Octagon for the next show, so that's going to take place on Outrage. Now just the main event. The Totem Towers taking on Keith Lee and Orange Cassidy. So Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane taking on Keith Lee and his partner Orange Cassidy. So nice, I said it twice. Obviously no title. I've ummed and ahed about this one because I don't really want to beat the Totem Towers straight away, but at the same time I feel like Keith Lee needs to win because he keeps getting sort of beaten up. So we will give Keith Lee the win. And we'll not do an aftermath. Obviously we'd have Kongo Kong at ringside kind of pulling his hair out or whatever while that happened. But yeah, we'll end on a positive, why not? We'll send the fans home happy. We'll give Keith Lee a nice win and not have him beat up after. Alrighty then, so that is Warfare booked. So let's see what sort of rating we get. Like I've said before, I just want to try and get around 70, so that's a good start. That is around 70. That's well above 70. I don't think this next segment will be, but hopefully. Oh, there we go. 59. We'll take that. Okay, well we're gonna be punished here because again you can see it's one of those where the match quality is 69, the crowd reaction 60, but the overall's 50. I mean the overall there should be. It does frustrate me this. I know I mention this every single video, but it is annoying how sometimes your overall's an average of the crowd and the match quality, and sometimes it's not. So we are going to get punished a little bit here, especially on a show when I've got. And what's even more frustrating about this is, I've got like 6 matches on this show, so it's not like if I only had 4, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. That was rubbish. That wasn't. I was hoping a bit better though, to be fair, from the Foley interview. Yeah, see again, you know, that should be 75%. That was a good match. A good match between those two, as you'd expect. That was okay, better than I thought it was going to be. Well, that's not very good. That's a bit annoying. Well, that sucked. Yeah, well, disappointed there. Actually, I thought it was okay. Whatever. Can't all be winners. Can't all be home runs. So we've got 3.3. 970 people turned up for that. They probably didn't make any noise. That may be why it sucked. I don't know. Network's happy though, so that's all that matters. I don't wish I had nothing to report. I mean, the network are happy, so I don't know. Anyway, will they be happy after this next episode, which is going to take place today, or now, on the 19th, because of course, Outrage takes place on Saturdays. I'm not going to bother with the trying to mess about with the sponsors. That's okay. least I'm really sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I feel like in the last few videos I talked about getting better sponsors. I'm not gonna bother with that on this one. We'll just do the booking. We'll just get on with it. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got that. Okay, I will try and book this entire show without saying So let's see if I can do it. Kicking things off then with a match, which hopefully will get a better rating than it did in the last show, the episode of Warfare. We'll get more favourable ratings, hopefully. So it's going to be continuation of the Best of 7 series. So Drew Gulak versus Timothy Thatcher. And Timothy Thatcher is going to win again, because obviously Gulak is still selling his injury. But this time he's going to... Has he cheated yet? I don't know if he has. Let me just check. Because if he hasn't cheated yet, he's going to do it here. Again, just trying to mix things up. I think he might have cheated in the first match, actually. Yeah, in fact, yeah, I think he did. So... Tell you what we'll do. We'll have him win again cleanly. Have him win cleanly. He's going to win cleanly. Again, to try and sell the fact that Gulak is hurt. But no beatdown this time. Again, build up to the future match, because of course there's going to be at least one more match between them. Right. So now we're on to the tag team title semi-final. Tag team tournament semi-finals. They're both going to be taking place on this show. The first one is here. And it's going to be NGD. I'm not even going to attempt their full name, as my attempts at Spanish earlier weren't the best. So it's El Cuatrero and Sanson, and they're going to take on Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. Yep, there you go. That's why I'm not attempting it. If you don't know what NGD stands for, I don't either. Well, I know it stands for that, but I'm not going to try and say it. And a bit of an upset coming up here, because the Rock and Roll Express are actually going to win. I might regret that, but we're going to go with it. So the Rock and Roll Express are into the finals, and the finals are going to take place at Smokey and the Bandido. So it's not going to be an outrage and then the winner... Oh no, I've said it. It's not going to be a warfare and then the winner gets the title shot at the pay-per-view. The finals are going to take place on the pay-per-view. They're putting a good match. Why not? Okay, two people now, or some people that weren't on the last show. It's going to be manager angle. It's going to be Katrina asking Deonna Purrazzo to face Kairi Sane. So what would happen here essentially is, basically Katrina would say, well, I know you want a title shot, Deonna, but you keep losing. We keep beating you up. So I'll tell you what, you can go one-on-one with Kairi. If you beat her, you can face EO for the title at Smokey and the Bandido. And of course, Deonna accepts that. So that match will take place on Warfare. Yep, I forgot the show was called then. Yep, so that match will take place. That's basically booking for the next... show. Next up, another match, Bandido once again in action, but this time he's going to be taking on Chavo Guerrero. So this was part of the reason why I wanted to hire a wrestler to become Flamita's manager for this feud, because then Bandido could actually face them in a match. So Bandido's going to win, of course. He's going to win cleanly, and then we will have an aftermath. So Flamita can run in again, but this time he can fail to it. He's going to try to attack Bandido, but Bandido's... No. So he's running for the last match against Josh Barnett worked, but this one isn't going to. I mean, I suppose he ran into custom, but you know what I mean. So again, that just builds that up. So we'll build up to the pay-per-view match between those two. Speaking of the pay-per-view, we're going to have an angle. We're going to book another match. I feel like I've not booked anything. I know what the matches are going to be, but I feel like I've not actually booked them. There's going to be another one here that's going to get booked. challenge for the next big event. And this is going to be a special... It's going to be a stipulation. Obviously, I can't put that in the booking, but this is what it would be. So Mickie James challenges me and him. So Mickie would come out here and basically say... What match? Oh, yeah. Mickie would come out and basically say, yes, I beat you, Mia, but you think I'm satisfied with a count-out win? Hell no. I don't want to, I want to beat you properly. So if you want to get counted out, I'll tell you what, let's have a match where, if you get counted, let's have a match where a 10 count is a different type of 10 count that's going to cost you the match, because I challenge you to a last woman standing match. So because of it's a 10 count, it's a last man standing match. So that's what she challenges her to, and of course Miriam accepts. So that's why I booked a nonsense match the last time they faced. So we can now have a stipulation match. So it's going to be a last woman standing match, Mickie James versus Miriam. Oh, and actually, meant to add as well a stipulation: the loser must leave PWG. No, I think we could do actually. We could have Mickie challenging to a last woman standing, and Miriam saying, "I'll take that match, but if I win, you have to leave," or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that's a stipulation. I feel like it should be like whoever loses has to leave, but certainly, that would certainly the onus is on Mickie anyway. And then another match, Josh Barnett once again in action, so earning his money this month. I feel like he hardly ever features, but up against an old adversary in Eli Drake. So Eli Drake testing out his ankle, showing that he's fine, and of course he wins. Brian Cage doesn't come in this time, he just watches from the back. We'll just maybe cut to him watching the TV at an awkward angle. So we're not going to bother with any run-ins. Just a nice, clean one-on-one match with no nonsense. And next up, the match that cost some overness points. It was booked in the last show. It's going to be Real One versus Octagon, which rhymes. And Octagon is going to win. So, of course, the storyline has been up to this point that Octagon keeps losing, and Super Dragon's making a point of that, saying, why is Excalibur signed this guy when he's in his 50s and he keeps losing? But he's going to win here, which may cost the Real One even more overness, but doesn't matter. But he's going to win because Chris Sabin is going to help him. So, kind of a bit not great, I suppose, a babyface helping another one, ganging up on a heel, but I think we can get away with that on this occasion, because no one likes Real One, let's be honest. And that's what I'm trying to portray anyway. So Chris Sabin helps. No aftermath, I said her again. Instead of a swear jar, have an jar, something like that. Every time I say have a shot. Actually, no, I shouldn't encourage drinking, should I? Yeah, have an jar, I don't know. Anyway, move on. Yeah, so that's to build up to a future match. Okay. Could I encourage drinking? I don't know. Sure, some people. Let's not worry about that. Let's instead just talk about wrestling. Again. Yeah. Okay. So next segment. So what would happen here is there'd be maybe an advert break, and then you come back to the advert break, and Real want to be backstage pulling his hair out and throwing things at the wall, saying this is unacceptable. Blah 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 blah. And off the back of it, we get a match booked. I think I'm gonna have to do this slightly how I don't want to do it, but we'll try anyway. So we're going to have a tag team match booked for Smokey and the Bandido. It's going to be Octagon teaming with his new best friend Chris Sabin, and that's what Super Dragon would say in the segment, to take on Super Dragon and Real One. I may have to change the authority to Excalibur here to book this. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, in reality, what would happen is it would be Super Dragon. He'll listen to Real One moan and say, well, and then he'd look down the camera and, oh, Chris Sabin and Octagon, you two are friends now. Let's see how much of a team you are when you take on us too. Yeah, you get the idea. Another match booked then for Smokey and the Bandido. So the card is starting to come together. We've got the last woman standing match booked. We're waiting to see who wins the tag tournament. We've got a potential women's title match coming up. We know the main event's going to be Kong and Keith Lee. Eli Drake's taking on Brian Cage. So the card is coming together. Right, so just the main event now. Well, the main event match. tag team title tournament. So who's going to take on the Rock and Roll Express? Will it be Crime Time or will it be the Revival? Place your bets now. Oh no, I shouldn't encourage betting, should I? I don't know. Bet, gamble, whatever. Do what you want. Don't skin off my nose, as the saying goes. Just subscribe. As long as you subscribe and watch these videos, and you know, whatever you do in your own time is your choice. Anyway, so Crime Time taking on the Revival. Please gamble responsibly. That's what I should be saying, isn't it? So place your bets now, responsibly. Who's going to win? Who's it going to be? Oh, it's going to be the Revival. Who saw that coming? So two babyfaces, two babyface teams here. But I mean, the Revival. I think for this one, the Revival would play the heel, so to speak. So the Revival win. So they're facing the Rock and Roll Express in the final. Okay, 2 segments to go. I'm going to do an angle, a repeat of an angle that I think I've done previously. But hey ho. Scott Hall. What is he going to do? Yeah, I'm going to take. Yeah, so Scott Hall. So of course, Mick Foley commentates on Warfare, on Outrage, sorry. So after the match, after that last match had finished, Scott Hall had run straight in, come through the crowd or something, and attacked Mick Foley and put him through the announce table. After Mick Foley's slagged him off in the interview in the last show, again keeping that rivalry going. No price of guessing how it's going to end up. And then just the main event segment left. It's going to be a good old-fashioned contract signing. I haven't decided yet about this main event. I can't make my mind up whether to make it a cage match, the Keith Lee Kongo Kong match. I think I'm going to make it a cage match. Because what I was thinking of doing is the tag team match. I can't know if I may have said this actually. It's been that long since I recorded. I can't remember, but I think I said that if Keith Lee can beat the Totem Towers with his partner or not, Keith Lee can choose a stipulation for the title match. I feel like I did that. So this was the contract signing for that match. So we will make it. So let's just go back in time and say that we did say that. And let's make it a cage match. So this is a contract signing for the cage match. Of course, Kongo Kong will attack Keith Lee in the segment. Yeah, we'll make it a cage match. Why not? Try and keep the Totem Towers out. That's the point, isn't it, of cage matches? Of course, that never happens. People still interfere, but that's the point of them. There we go. You see, that's more like it. You see, they're 82%, 65%, so it averages out at 73%, which, you know, that's what you'd expect. So we should get a better rating for this show. Unless, of course, the segments in general aren't as good. But I'd be very surprised if this wasn't as good. If this wasn't better than the last show. Was it 65% that I ended up getting, I think? Yep, so that's good. That's really good. That was way better than I was expecting, actually. Katrina's really, really good. And Jenna Parazzo has been great since we signed her as well. So, yeah, pleased about that. That's fine. Take that. That's okay. That's more than okay. That's great. She's been great as well, to be honest with you. When I first signed her, my intention was just to sign her for that dream match against Io Shirai. They've got another row. Take a shot, whatever you're doing. There we go, and another one. All-Star Weekend. When I signed Mickie James, it was just for All-Star Weekend, and then we brought her back in, and I've got some plans for her, but I might change them now, actually. Anyway, let's not worry about that for now. Yep, that's fine. Oh, there we go. That's good. I thought Real wanted to lose it, but him gaining one, yeah, I'll take that. The match was never going to be great, but we'll take it for what it was. That's fine. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit better, actually, but it doesn't matter. There we go. Oh, yeah, I changed his gimmick. I think his gimmick was staff member for some reason. I changed it to Degenerate, so basically his NWO gimmick. You know, another anti-authority, whatever you call it, you know, but in a bad way. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit better, but I'll take it. Yeah, 72%, that's fine. Yeah, the whole Foley angle was good, which is what I expected. And we've now done a week. So it's taken 35 minutes to do a week. Which is good. Oh dear. More exciting signings. A AAA Viz International. Interesting. Okay, so we'll quickly check these emails and then we'll end the video. So let's see what's occurred. So they've signed Jerry Lynn. They signed Sheldon Goldberg. Why not? Neil. Yep, Neil. Sydney Ike. Mickie Henson, referee. Armando Quintero. Tomko's gone to AIW. Rowan's got... This is what... I've said this before, but like when one company signs somebody on this game, another 2 or 3 seem to sign them. I don't know why that happens. Rowan and AEW. MLW have signed Jey Uso to a written contract. Fair enough. I think Jey Uso was an open contract with... I want to say AEW, actually. Anywho. Okay, fair enough. LA Park to House of Hardcore, because why not? MVP's gone to CMLL. Again, Chris Adonis, he did so well in CMLL with his Luchador, with his Lucha Libre. AAA thought, we'll have some of that. Awesome Kong's gone to AAA. And that is it. Fair enough. Again, I know people have wrestled in AAA that aren't luchadors. Like Jeff Jarrett, for example. Not really, despite the fact he dressed up as Viano once, not really a luchador. Right, so we're 15% public image. And Ring of Honor are 70% still, so we are catching them up. Which is nice, but that's what 2 shows a week will do for you. Right, so that is the end of this episode. And the end of the video. So, yeah, so we're going to be... got 1 show left to do now. We've got the go-home show for Smokey and the Bandido. And then the actual pay-per-view itself. We're going to be doing that in the next video. But that is then, and this is now. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then please like and share the video. You can also leave a comment on the video should you choose to do that. While you're here on YouTube, if you head on over to the channel, The Uncommentator, you'll find the rest of the videos in this playlist. So if you missed anything, you want to know where how I've got to this point, then please go and check that out. Also, if you don't like wrestling, then while you're watching this video, then there's plenty of other videos for you to check out that are non-wrestling related, such as Kirby's Dream Course, such as Star Fox, such as Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Pokemon Snap, Extreme Express if you'd like train racing, lots and lots of content on the channel for you to enjoy. But next time, we're going to be moving on. As I said, it's the Go Home show and then the big October pay-per-view, Smokey and the Bandido. But until we get to that point, for now from me, it is sayonara.